What's up, Spud Nation? Week 11 fantasy football time. I love it. Great time of the year. Hopefully you guys are making that strong push towards your playoff run. Hey, guys, this is a show where you get all your information. Spud Nation, thank you for tuning in. Guys, you know how to get at me. Email Craig, C-R-A-I-G, @thesportscoach.com. My Twitter handle, @thesportscoach. You follow me on YouTube. You know my website, thesportscoach.com, and also I have a Facebook page, The Sports Coach. Guys, I appreciate you helping me spread my brand. Awesome. I appreciate you guys, Spud Nation. Thank you. I got a tweet, my favorite tweet of the week. I would like to start this as a nice little segment on the show. Andrew, you're number one, man. You're the first one. Andrew, his handle is @MadDog6373. His tweet said, "Your advice, greater than the goons at ESPN. My God, these people are talking out of their asses. Anytime my product can be remotely related or called better than those guys at ESPN, I love it because they are, quote unquote, the top dogs in the business." Guys, Spud Nation, again, appreciated. Keep it up. Keep tuning in right here at the Sports Coach. You know I got your back. Let's get right to it. Quarterback time. Guys, this is where it's at. Top level quarterbacks. This is a top 5. These are the guys that you go in there and you spend the money for. You put them in your starting lineup. We're starting off Drew Brees. Drew Brees, number 1. This guy's a lock each and every week. Number 2, Aaron Rodgers. Off a bye week. Detroit secondary. You put the pieces together. The guy can play. Number 3, Tom Brady. Number 4, Peyton Manning. And number 5, Matt Ryan. Those are the guys in that order. That's their value. Number 6, this is that second tier. I'm going 6 through 12. Let's get it done. Number 6, Josh Freeman. He's legit. 2 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns each and every week. He's got great weapons on the outside. I love Josh Freeman. He keeps moving up and up and up my board. And the fact that he's holding his consistency, you can't say enough about this guy. Any of you who bought my draft kit at the beginning of the season, you know what I said about Josh Freeman. He was the sleeper of the season, and he is paying off, looking great. So there we go. Number 7, Matthew Stafford. Getting scary, Detroit. Stafford is getting back to old form. 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. You can start to expect that regularly, it looks like, from Matthew Stafford. And that means you Megatron owners, enjoy. Number 8, Carson Palmer. Playing a very shaky Saint defense, although they look improved. Carson Palmer has looked great. Throws the ball 40 to 50 times a game, has solid receivers, a great tight end, and Reese coming out of the backfield has great hands. So I love this matchup. I think Palmer is a great play. Although not the biggest name, he's been paying off for you who have been listening to me when I say Palmer over those big name guys. So Palmer, enjoy. Number 9, RG3. 2 shaky weeks. Had a bye. Let's see if he got his stuff together and is ready to go out there and play. RG3 just too freaky of an athlete to rank any lower. He's got to sit in that second tier of quarterback. Number 9, Andrew Luck. Should be a shootout. I'm excited to see what he does. Number 11, Andy Dalton. He's got AJ Green, gives him value. And number 12, this was a really hard rank for me to do, but Cam Newton, he's playing that Tampa secondary. We'll see if he can put things together finally. I had high hopes for Cam Newton coming into this year, and who wouldn't after his rookie season, but he has not lived up to the hype whatsoever. Here we go, that third tier. We're looking number 13, Joe Flacco. Number 14, Phillip Rivers. Number 15, Tony Romo. If only Romo could put his stuff together each and every week. He's got tremendous weapons all around him, and you just never know what Dallas team's going to show up. So you Romo owners, it's probably a juggling act constantly on who to start. Number 16, Ryan Fitzpatrick. And the last of the bunch, I'm going to squeeze Brandon Weeden in there. The Browns obviously are going to need to throw. He's been looking pretty consistent. He's got a tough matchup this week, but you never know. Weeden has looked good on occasion. So that's that third tier. And rounding it out, you got Matt Schaub. You got the new gun in Philadelphia, Foles. Is he going to bring something different to the table, something better maybe? It looked like he found a little bit of a connect with Jeremy Maclin, but we'll see. He's still got the issues to deal with, the offensive line problems. He's not as mobile as Mr. Vick is, but we'll see how the Rook does in there. We'll see. We'll see is all I can say. That's why he's getting a pretty low ranking. But the hype surrounding this guy, everyone's excited due to how poorly Mr. Vick has done thus far. Ryan Tannehill. Well done, ESPN. Well done. I hope none of you guys listened to him. I know they had a solid matchup last week. They have a solid matchup this week, but Tannehill, no consistency whatsoever. Let him be. John Skelton, Sam Bradford, Mark Sanchez, and this is being extremely generous. That guy looks horrible. It is Tebow time like 4 weeks ago. Get Sanchez out of there. Blaine Gabbert, the Kansas City quarterbacks. And then lastly, I have the injury bug. I have Jay Cutler, Alex Smith, Big Ben. It's not looking good for Big Ben or Jay Cutler. Alex Smith supposedly is wanting to play. You never know. Concussions are very difficult. Big Ben messed up his shoulder, so we'll see where they rank further along. The only guy that I would slide in there, I'd have Big Ben probably number 12 right in front of Cam Newton, if healthy, but keep an eye on the injury report. Running backs. These are your top three. These are the guys you need to start. If you're on a website like FanDuel, looking to place salary amounts on them, Arian Foster, must have. Stephen Ridley, number 2, pay the money for him. He's worth it. And Trent Richardson, number 3. Those are your 3 guys. I think they're locks this week, and they've been very productive throughout the season. Number 4, my man Morris from Washington. I love this rookie. He goes out there, he runs hard. He lets the blocking scheme take its toll on defenses. You can't say enough about this guy. Number 4, just a solid producer each and every week. Number 5, LaShawn McCoy. I'm crossing my fingers that with a new quarterback in there, they're going to try to slow the game down, hand the ball off to McCoy, let him get involved, and that's all this running back needs. He's a stud. He's one of the best in the game. Give him the ball. Number 6, Ray Rice. Again, another guy that should be more involved in the offense, and we'll see if Baltimore does that. Number 7, C.J. Spiller. It's his workload this week. We've all seen what he can do when he is a lone running back. I love C.J. Spiller as a play this week. Number 8, Frank Gore. Number 9, Reggie Bush. Got benched last week, had a fumble. Let's see if he can get back out of the doghouse this week and have a good rushing game. He's playing the ideal team to have a solid running game. Number 10, Michael Turner. Struggled last week. I loved him going into last week. Just didn't look good at all. And obviously Atlanta lost. So, that's your top 10. Number 11, Matt Forte. Might seem a little low, but look at the defense he's playing against. Number 12, Steven Jackson. Welcome back. Looked solid, got a lot of carries, and ran really well against that 49er D. Number 13, Mikel LeSure. 14, Jamal Charles. Again, they need to give this guy carries. He carried it well last night, had a touchdown, but still not as involved as he should be. 15, Chris Ivory. What a pleasant surprise he has been to New Orleans. He runs hard. He looks like he just wants to hurt people while he runs. And I really enjoy that in running backs. Stevens Howling from Arizona, number 16. Number 17, Willis McGahee. Number 18, Ryan Matthews. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Ryan Matthews now number 18. Number 19, Mendenhall. Apparently he'll be back, and apparently he'll be the starting running back in Pittsburgh. Still not the best running back that they have, but he's going to start, and he's going to be the guy getting the carries. Number 20, Benjarvis Green Ellis, the law firm. This guy has very little value. He doesn't find the end zone much. I'm playing against him this week, so this will be the week he goes absolutely ballistic. Number 21, Jennings from Jacksonville. Again, should be the guy getting a bunch of carries, but we'll see what kind of game plan Jacksonville rolls out this week. 22, DeMarco Murray. I'm being optimistic, hoping he plays this week. We'll see. Follow the injury report. 23, Marcel Reese. 24, Donald Brown. 25, Daniel Thomas. Again, love his matchup. Look for Thomas to sneak in a touchdown. 26, Sean Green. 27, Mark Ingram. Welcome to the list, Mark Ingram. This guy had the most carries last week. Again, that Saints backfield is a real coin toss. Number 28, Daryl Richardson. I love this guy. Runs hard. He's fast. Steven Jackson, you never know what he's going to do. But they chop carries, basically, and Daryl Richardson, I like him as a nice play. At least a guy to sit on your bench, to have him there to be a nice play. 29, Vic Ballard. 30, Alex Green. 31, James Starks. Now the Green Bay running back situation is getting really interesting. Basically, it's looking like Starks is going to be the guy. He started last week, or 2 weeks ago, pardon me. But he was on the field for about 20 plays, 23 plays I believe it was. And Alex Green was on the field for over 40 plays. So Green is involved, more involved than Starks, but we'll see as this unravels. If I had to pick a guy, I would pick Alex Green still. Better receiver out of the backfield, and still can run the ball pretty successfully. But it looks like both are going to get their opportunities. 32, Jonathan Stewart. Good Lord, that Carolina backfield stinks. 33, Bell from the Lions. And 34, we got Quiz Rogers from Atlanta. Those are your running backs. Wide receivers, here we go. This is where we make our money. A.J. Green, 1. Calvin Johnson, 2. Those guys go hand in hand. Talk about two studs at wide receiver. Number 3, Vincent Jackson. Love his matchup. Should take advantage of that secondary. And Freeman, he's on point, guys. Number 4, Jordy Nelson. It looks like he'll be back. Aaron Rodgers against that Detroit secondary gets his biggest weapon back. Number 5, Demaryius Thomas. Number 6, Roddy White. Number 7, Brandon Marshall. Brandon Marshall has been my number 1, 2, or 3 receiver all season long. 1 million targets. Keep an eye on if Jay Cutler's playing this week. That has an increase in his value if Cutler plays. But even if Jason Campbell's playing, Brandon Marshall still has value. He's basically the only receiver in Chicago. So if you start Marshall on a weekly basis, he's still your guy. Keep him in there. Number 8, Reggie Wayne. Number 9, Julio Jones. Number 10, Marquise Colston. Number 11, Denarius Moore. I love Denarius Moore this week. I'm playing against him. I think Denarius has a very favorable matchup and should give whoever owns him some nice points this week. Number 12, Danny Amendola. Talk about a coming out party. This guy looked fantastic. Looks like he had never been injured. He is your PPR machine out there. Looked great, and that should continue. Number 13, Randall Cobb. Number 14, Larry Fitzgerald. Number 15, Eric Decker. Decker disappeared last week. It was weird because we haven't seen that yet out of him. Coming off his 2 touchdowns. I mean, the guy is a touchdown scoring machine. Came away with 2 catches last week. Very strange, but look for him to get back on track this week. Number 16, Mike Wallace. This guy's value depends greatly on Ben Roethlisberger. If Big Ben's not in the lineup, he drops big time in value. If any of you saw the game, we saw what Byron Leftwich did. He looked horrible. That humongous windup. Good luck with Mike Wallace. Number 17, Wes Welker. Number 18, Mike Williams. Again, Josh Freeman, another target. Mike Williams has great value every week. 19, Steve Smith. Love his matchup. Hoping that Cam Newton starts looking to him and he becomes relevant again. 20, Malcolm Floyd. Haven't talked about this guy in a long time. He's found the end zone 2 weeks in a row. That puts you on my radar. Welcome to the top 20, Malcolm Floyd. 21, Jeremy Maclin. 22, Stevie Johnson. 23, Dwayne Bowe. Number 24, Miles Austin. Cowboy receiver, you never know. They kill each other's value. And plus Jason Witten on the field. Number 25, Cecil Shorts. Great pickup for those of you who picked him up last week. 26, Torrey Smith. This guy is such a coin toss. I know he scored 2 weeks in a row. He had his 2 touchdowns last week. But do you know how many catches he had? He had 2 catches last week for 2 touchdowns. Those are very scary numbers for me. So Torrey Smith down a little in the rankings. 27, Andre Johnson. But Craig, how can you put a stud like Andre Johnson that low? Numbers do a lot of talking for me. Matt Schaub, they don't throw the ball enough. Andre Johnson barely ever finds the end zone. So, welcome down there. 28, Michael Crabtree. 29, Darius Hayward-Bay. He is like the poor man's Denarius Moore. So those of you who couldn't get Denarius Moore off the waiver wire or you didn't draft him, Hayward-Bay is a free agent in a lot of leagues, and he's got a great matchup this week. So if you're looking to replace a receiver this week, like, say, Victor Cruz, slide in there and take a shot with Darius Hayward-Bay. I like him. It's a solid play. Number 30, got Gordon from Cleveland. They have to throw the ball to somebody, and that's that somebody. 31, Des Bryant. 32, Brian Hartline. 33, Andre Roberts. 34, Deshaun Jackson. 35, Donald Jones from Buffalo. He's coming around, seeing a lot of targets. Well done, Donald Jones. 36, James Jones. I feel like someone's going to be left out in Green Bay, and I think that guy will be James Jones. You got Randall Cobb. You have the running game. You have Alex Green catching it out of the backfield. They sometimes try to throw it to Jermichael, who drops the ball every time. Finley. There we go, James Jones. I just feel like it's a hard equation to figure out. 37, Anquan Bolden. 38, Lance Moore. 39, Curley from the Jets. Number 40, Mohamed Sanu. Another guy that I spoke very highly of during my draft kit. And I like him. He's starting to come alive. He had a touchdown, like 40 or 50 yards last week. Sanu, I like what he can bring to the table. 41, Ryan Broyles. Did I swing and miss big time with Mr. Broyles last week? I thought he'd be the guy to step up, and it ended up being Calvin Johnson. So, for those of you who listen to me, my apologies. My logic was there, though, right? 42, Donnie Avery. 43, Santana Moss. 44, Laurent Robinson. 45, Titus Young. But Craig, he outplayed Ryan Broyles last week. I get it. I totally get it. I still think Broyles is the guy that he's going to continue to look to. Should receive more targets again, and Titus Young has a tendency to have a good game and then disappear. So, we'll see if that trend continues. 46, Brandon Stokely. 47, looks like Alshon Jeffrey is coming back. Great news for Bears players. Jeffrey can draw a little bit of attention away from Brandon Marshall. 48, we got Danario Alexander from the San Diego Chargers. Had a big game this past week. The 80-yard touchdown helped his yardage and obviously his point value. But he stepped in there. He is on the field and he saw some targets, so he's worth talking about. Don't get all crazy and run out there and pick him up, everybody. 51, number 49, Andrew Hawkins. Number 50, Brandon Lloyd. 51, Devon Best. 52, Hankerson in Washington, and 53, LaFell. Tight ends, guys. Jimmy Graham, number 1, clearly. Gronk, number 2, 3, Heath Miller. Number 4, Gonzalez. Number 5, Owen Daniels. 6, Jason Witten. 7, Jermaine Gresham. Number 8, very intriguing, Greg Olsen. I love his matchup, obviously, and it looks like Cam Newton has picked him out to be the number 1 target. So, Greg Olsen has great value. Number 9, Antonio Gates. 10, Dustin Keller. 11, Chandler. 12, Brandon Myers. 13, Pettigrew from Detroit. 14, Paulson. 15, Vernon Davis. You know what I'm all about here. I'm not about big names, and Vernon Davis is one of the biggest names at tight end. He's not involved in the passing game. I can't live with 10 to 40 yards a game from my tight end. So, Vernon Davis, you've fallen off. Number 16, Dennis Pita. Number 17, Dreesen. 18, Finley. And 19, Dallas Clark. Alright, I got asked to put some defensive rankings together, so here they are. I love matchups, I play matchups, and go for my defense through that logic. So here we go. Denver, number 1. I love Phillip Rivers. If I'm a defensive player, the guy can turn the ball over like crazy. Number 2, the Bengals. Yes, the Cincinnati Bengals. They're playing the Chiefs, and the Chiefs basically blow. Number 3, the Texans. J.J. Watt. Enough said. Number 4, Tampa. Oh, Cam Newton. Number 5, Atlanta. I like Atlanta because their cornerbacks are physical. They'll punch you right in the beak and not really care about it. It's going to be a physical matchup on the outside, and I'm interested to see who wins that battle. So we'll see. Fitzgerald, can he handle that beating out there? And we'll go from there. So I have Atlanta, number 5. Number 6, Baltimore. No Big Ben means Pittsburgh's offense is going to suck. So Ravens' defense should be a nice play. Rams, number 7. This is out of pure 100% respect for Mark Sanchez. So there you go. Number 8, Green Bay. Green Bay loves getting after the quarterback, and Detroit isn't very good at protecting his quarterback. So we'll see how many sacks Green Bay's D can get. Number 9, Washington Redskins. It might have been a higher ranking with Michael Vick at quarterback. Is kind of strange to say. But without Vick, do the turnovers stop? I guess we're taking a wild card here with the Redskins D, but I'm assuming there will be some turnovers. Number 10, the Bears D. Yeah, I know it's a little low. But I have great respect for Alex Smith's backup, Kaepernick. He's athletic as all balls. And solid running game. Bears run-stopping defense versus Frank Gore's running ability. This should be a fun matchup. I don't see a lot of turnovers. They're going to get some scores in there, and we'll see how it goes. Number 11, San Francisco. Is Cutler playing? Who knows? San Fran, always a strong D. Number 12, Pittsburgh. They're going to have to carry their lack of offense this week, so hopefully they can create a turnover or two and put some points on the board. The Patriots, number 13. Andrew Luck's better at home. We know that. This will be a shootout, though. Number 14, Dallas. Their edge rush, it should speed the game up for Brandon Weeden. We'll see if the rookie can handle it and not make too many turnovers. Number 15, the Eagles. They need to slow down Washington's running game. That's Morris, and that is also RG3. Cleveland, which Tony Romo will show up. Who the hell knows? We're just banking on Cleveland playing some D. Number 17, the Jets. The Jets are playing the Rams. The Rams have a better offense than people give them credit for. And this is the rest. We have Buffalo. We have Miami. They're playing each other. Neither team is very good. Buffalo's defense is horrible. Miami's offense is almost as bad. So it should be a real snoozer. Detroit playing Green Bay. Good luck, Detroit. Green Bay is going to score a lot of points. Saints versus Oakland. Again, I think Oakland's going to score a lot of points. Colts versus the Patriots. Patriots are going to score a lot of points. San Diego taking on Denver. Peyton Manning, good luck stopping his passing attack. The guy is a 3-touchdown machine. So you know Denver is going to score a bunch on San Diego. And Manning is not too prone on turning the ball over. Carolina taking on Tampa. Obviously, Josh Freeman is red hot. Tampa's offense is clicking. Doug Martin's running hard. Carolina is not a good play this week. Jacksonville taking on the Texans. Arian Foster, enough said. Kansas City taking on Cincinnati. Andy Dalton turns the ball over from time to time. Kansas City's got a pretty good defensive line, but Cincinnati is going to put up points against them. And Arizona taking on Atlanta. Arizona up there in sacks in the NFL. Atlanta, obviously, one of the better offenses in the entire league. So there you have it, Spud Nation. Threw some matchups in there. Threw some defenses in there. I hope this helps. Guys, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, hit me up. I obviously listen. I answer you as quickly as possible. Craig, C-R-A-I-G, @thesportscoach.com. You know my Facebook, Twitter handle, @thesportscoach, YouTube, my website. You guys know where to find me. Get those much-needed victories. Week 11 fantasy football matchup. Hey, till next week, good luck. We're out.